I see as everyone is getting some food now and settling in. It's good to see you all here. Thank you so much for coming. My name is Tomás Jesus Garza, Tom Garza from the Texas Language Center. I'm also an associate professor in the Department of Slavic and Eurasian Studies. I'm so happy to welcome you to this, our final installation for this semester of Language Matters. To call your attention, there is, I think we've got extra copies here if people would like to get, we still have a number of TLC events that will be taking place before the fall break. So we have a couple of events that we're co-sponsoring in various languages, in Middle Eastern and Sanskrit languages, and then 2 TLC events just before the break on November 19th and November 20th. And please do remember, yes, please come on in, get some lunch. Please do remember to check out the TLC website because we always have updates and new events that sometimes don't make it onto our list until the last minute. So please check for updates in times, locations, and so forth. So today's event, I'm so pleased, first of all, also to have wonderful representation from not just the Department of Asian Studies, but from other of our language programs. Thank you all for joining us. It's always good to have the live audience in addition to having those who will see this wonderful presentation recorded. It's my pleasure to introduce my colleague from the Department of Asian Studies, Kaori Duffey. Kaori teaches Japanese language in so many different areas, and she already is noted for especially her 610D program, Japanese 2 in particular. She teaches a number of sections, as well as sections in readings in modern Japanese. At the Texas Language Center, we're particularly proud because the work that you'll be hearing about today was work that was partially funded and subsidized by one of the Texas Language Center's Professional Development Awards. Asian languages, you guys are terrific. You are always applying for these awards and getting quite a few of them. We're glad to have that. We want to make sure other languages please apply as well. We want to spread what little funding we've got to give out to as many of our language programs as possible. Professor Duffey was awarded the Liberal Arts Students Council Endowed Teaching Award in 2022. I also wanted to make that note for her exemplary performance and commitment to teaching, as well as I mentioned just this past year for the program Developing Japanese Conversational AI Chatbot for Language Instruction. So that is the work indeed that today's talk is going to be focusing on, Japanese AI Conversational Chatbots. I want to go with the full title because I love that. What starts here changes language students, our challenges and future outlook. Please help me welcome Professor Kaori Duffey.
Thank you all for coming today, and also thank you, Texas Language Center, for hosting such a great event and having me as a guest speaker. My name is Kaori Duffey. I'm one of the Japanese faculty members at the Asian Studies Department. Today, I'd like to present the Japanese AI Virtual Conversation Partner and how am I using it in my classes. The recent advances in machine translation have been tremendous, and it brought new opportunities to the foreign language education. And have been thinking of how we can embrace this advanced technology in our language courses. UT Austin defines responsible use of AI in teaching and learning as using AI in ways that foster the achievement of learning outcomes. Responsible AI adoption, that's a key word here for our academic use. What can we do to help our students as foreign language educators? AI is increasingly everywhere. And then how can we incorporate AI in ways that foster the achievement of learning outcomes? Thanks to the generosity of Texas Language Center, I received a research grant to create a Japanese virtual conversation partner, which allows students to get on to practice conversation for 24/7. Compared to other Western languages, Japanese language learners still have very limited resources and availability to practice conversation with native speakers. I thought it would be nice if we could provide opportunity for them to have a virtual conversation partner where students could speak with and receive immediate feedback. Then how can we create virtual conversation partner? By the way, I'm not a tech person at all. I don't know programming. All I can use is a Microsoft tools. That's it. So I reached out to one of my students who is very enthusiastic about creating chatbots with me. That's perfect, right? I'm the content viewer, and my student's gonna be the tech person. In order to create a virtual conversation partner from scratch, first of all, we needed to search for an AI or cloud provider which supports a platform. So we chose OpenAI and V0 by Versal and started considering a payment plan. And then we came across these challenges and technical logistics. The purchases are virtual stuff like platform or domain, or it's called token. So it's not as easy as reimbursing books or pencils. And also, payment is subscription-based. And since I wanted this to be openly accessible and searchable by students, we also needed to set the expected usage and cost per input and output. Using outside parties and make payments by using my own credit card and having my student log into my account, I don't know if I want that happen. It's not because I don't trust my student, but I didn't feel good about it. How about setting up a university pro card and then getting reimbursed? Currently, requests for Microsoft Azure Access involves submitting a request that undergoes a financial and a data security review prior to provisioning. It's a very complicated process, and undergraduate students should not be put in a position of waiting for reimbursement. So after all, it was a lot harder process than I expected. In order to set up an AI, we needed what's called token. Don't ask me too much because I don't know much about it. But Japanese tokenization, it costs more than alphabetic languages. Besides, because we don't use Western ABC alphabets, foreign language models, it costs more due to fewer models and fewer users. In other words, the more rare languages, the more money it costs. The service pricing varies depending on the number of sessions and the users. We had a limited budget. What if the budget runs out? The service shuts down. Well, that's not what I wanted. So I was stuck on this issue for a while. Another thing that I was concerned about was the university regulations and restrictions and student privacy. Because this virtual tool is going to be used in an academic setting, I didn't want to do anything that violates students' privacy or university restrictions. We need to protect students' privacy, and that's the #1 priority. I contacted the liberal arts computer support, and then talked with several people from ETA, Emerging Technologies, and Architect. But since there is no voice chat developed before under the university's regulation, and it's totally new project, we've had to explore what options there are available for us. I mentioned in my proposal that I will develop a Japanese conversational voice chatbot over the summer, and I will start piloting in the fall classes. Well, I guess my proposed topic was too broad for me to handle alone, so I was stranded. ETA, the Emerging Technologies and Architects, they manage Azure, AWS, and the Google Cloud account creation and consultations. They've discussed my case within their team, and then they introduced me to the Sage developers on campus. Have you heard of a virtual system called UT Sage? UT Sage is a virtual tutor system which has been pilot used in mostly science courses. This AI tutor is designed by UT Austin expert to support the responsible use of AI in teaching and in learning. I thought we could use UT Sage since it's already here. And for us to create interactive chatbot that enhances students' engagement and customize learning experiences. Right now, UT Sage is a text-to-text service only, but I requested virtual voice functionality, and it's in their future plan. I started playing with the Sage and created learning tutorials for my students. This customizable system helps students generate Japanese sentences at their own level and navigate the conversation. I will walk you through and then show you what I've been doing and how I've been using it, setting up with the AI prompt for specific lessons. First of all, you need to download Sage into your Canvas. So let me see. So go to your Canvas main page and then find the apps to download. Go to external apps and then find UT Sage and then pull that into your Canvas. And once it's there, embedded in your Canvas system, and then you go back to the UT Sage main page and then access UT Sage here. You need an EID to log in. And once it's pulled into your Canvas, you should be able to see this UT Sage Tutors on the left-hand side of your Canvas, okay? And this is what it's looked like. UT Sage. So here's the main page of UT Sage. Pull it down and access UT Sage. This is where you log in. And then EID. And these are my prompts that I've been creating for my students. And I'll show you several. If you're new to it, to the Sage, and then you will have this draft to start with. And how about showing you my second semester of Japanese 610D Japanese conversation practice. This is like behind the scenes stuff. This is where you set up your prompt. Students will be able to see this. Okay, so in this unit 5, we learn about hobbies and then leisures. So in the title name here, I put 610D Japanese conversation practice, and the subtitle chapter 5. It's it's up to you, but I put hobbies and leisures under subtitle. And the topic overview, this is where you summarize the topic that this tutor will focus on. So here I said talk about hobbies and the things you are good at or poor at, those things that the students learn in this chapter, and use the expressions learned in the chapter 5 in the Yokoso textbook number 1 by Miura. So in this section, you put your textbooks so that the AI will start pulling the information into their chatbot. Okay, narrow down. And the verbs, potential forms, that's what we learn in this chapter. So I want this AI to use verb potential forms so that students can practice. And the correct grammar, if there is any. And then simple sentences, simple responses into 1 to 2 sentences with limited kanji characters. Because this is a second semester Japanese, I want the kanji usages to be limited so that the students should be able to read. And then I think that's what I put. And then here, under the special instructions, this is where you provide any special instructions or guidelines for how this tutor should behave. So here I said, provide responses to students as an experienced native Japanese that has had experience living in Japan. So I'm setting up my AI so that the AI will talk with the students as if it's an experienced Japanese speaker. And the carry conversation using simple 1 to 2 sentence again. So again, this is like up to you what you how you design your AI. And then here I added this last sentence along with the Japanese conversation and add English translation to go with it so that you understand what I'm typing here just for today. But I kind of like it, so I might leave it for my students. And then learner characteristics. And here, it says explain who the students are, academic year or major, minor, so those details can be put in here. So students are the first Japanese learner and first year Japanese learners, and they have limited kanji and a vocab. So I put that information here. And then at the end, here at the bottom, there's a conversation starters. So I created 4 things that students can pick and choose to start a conversation with. For example, the first one, it says, 趣味は何ですか? What's your hobby? Second one says, are you good at cooking? And the third one, what languages can you speak? And then fourth one, what kind of musical instruments can you play? So those are the given 4 topic starters the students can start with. And those 4 are applied to this main screen. This is what students will see. Okay. So today I'm going to start with this top left. 趣味は何ですか? What's your hobby? So let's try chatting with AI. My hobby is reading. I can read. That's what exactly we are learning in this chapter using potential the verbs. Because I set the textbook in here, it tries to pull in the information that the students are on exactly. And what's your hobby? It asks you back. Okay, what can you play? 何かスポーツができますか? So I'm gonna put I can play tennis. Great. Are you good at it? How well can you play tennis? Great. It's carrying conversation with my students. How about, I can play for 1 hour. And then AI is asking, are you good at it? Or are you bad at it? And it explains grammatical features because I said it that way, if there is a mistake. So I'm going to make a mistake on purpose to see how it reacts. I put a wrong particle on purpose and to see how it reacts. It says it's wrong. テニスができます with the correct particle is shown. And it explains so that students should be able to understand their mistakes and it's been corrected. And how about I suddenly typed and says, yesterday I broke up with my boyfriend, just to see how it reacts. I love it. At least it's showing sympathy and oh, that's tough, sorry. But it re-navigates the topic and the conversation is locked in so that it won't be drifted to like somewhere else. It's very effective and efficient. Okay, so this is what I've been doing with Japanese too, and the students are liking it. And this is Japanese too, the second semester. And I'm gonna show you another one. This is more advanced reading class. No, actually, go back. Oh, wait. Yes, so in the Japanese advanced reading class, in chapter 1, we've talked about the culture shock and so the students going to Japan and then he had a culture shock and that was the topic. So after learning, and I've used this one for my students, and again, and under this name, I put a conversation practice, subtitle, what kind of culture shock have you experienced, discussed with AI? And then I put the textbook information so that it will narrow down to this, for example, vocabulary that they learned in this lesson, then those are pulled into this conversation. And the special instructions. Here I said provide responses to students as an American who has a native level Japanese and has had an experience of living in Japan. So I'm setting a prompt in this way so the students can carry conversation with this native level American students. And so, as a conversation starters, I put here, the top says, have you had any culture shock? Or have you been to any countries? Which countries you liked the most? Or what's the difference between America and Japan? And the last one, what was the culture shock that the Mr. Aoyama in the chapter they learned have experienced with? Okay, so I'm gonna start this conversation. Let's see this one. What's the difference between America and Japan? Here, the AI is responding using more advanced level of Japanese because, again, I've said it that way. what I was surprised the most was being in the train, inside the train, it's been quiet. Because in this topic, it talked about how quiet inside the train was, and the people are not talking on the phone. So the AI is using the information and then carrying conversation. And so I will say, Japanese are very quiet. That's true. And then it answers to the question. And Japanese don't share their opinions. Because we've talked about that. And then it's responding and says yes. That's also a big cultural difference. In Japan, I learned that wa, it's a harmony, that's a valuable thing. So it's more advanced level conversation, but the students are able to do this. It's a challenging level, I will say, but to pull them to the next level, I think this is a great idea. Any questions? A lot of questions, so hold on.
I speak.
I have a question, a Q&A sessions at the end, so if you want me to finish the slides, and then I will have that. Either way, it's fine.
Hello? Yeah, the first question is, so the sentences generated by the chatbot in Japanese, are they always correct?
Not always. Human wins. That's proven. But it's catching up. Every day it's been developed, I can tell. Like compared to like 2 months ago, it's been changing. So,
the second question is, do you need to upload your textbook to it? Or?
You don't have to, but by doing so, this prompt, the chat, is going to be more focused on the chapter that the students are learning.
Oh, no, I want that, but just do you need to physically feed the material to the AI, or he can or the AI can search it online, or
AI can search. So you just simply put maybe ISBN number or the title of the book or the description of the chapter, and in that way AI will pull the information for you. Sometimes if the textbooks are too old, or it won't be able to pull much information for the yes.
Thank you, that's fascinating. One of the questions was similar about the quality of response from AI. So not about just accuracy, but also what kind of register, because in Hindi we have that problem. The register AI uses it's correct Hindi, but it's a little artificial for street Hindi. So I don't know in Japan.
I've noticed that too, but as I said, the more rare languages, then the less information at this point to be pulled into this. So, maybe Chinese, Spanish, French, I think the conversations are really natural.
Has the same problem, like the register may not be appropriate.
But so far, I haven't really noticed much. It's only the minor things that I caught in responses, but it's really natural. And I have this, okay, so once you've created your prompt, make sure you publish this. Right here, you slide and then to publish and then confirm the button. Otherwise, it won't be synchronized to your Canvas page and the students won't be able to see. Just like when you publish Canvas, it's the same thing. And I have a student testimonial. One of my students, he is using this AI and then he really loves it, and I would like to share the video with you.
So I am a big fan of UT Sage, right? I'm a little biased because I already use ChatGPT to study. You know, I'm trying to get only good habits from it. You know, make it a beneficial relationship instead of ruining my school life from it. So I'm trying to use it to the most I possibly can. I like UT Sage specifically because it, unlike when you're using any other AI, it's directly connected to the textbook, and it keeps you on the subject of the textbook too.
Right.
And so you can just keep on going, and really help trying to
Stay on the topic. It
Exactly.
doesn't go off topic. Once you,
Yeah.
if you go off, and that will re-navigate you, right?
Exactly. So it helps steer where I should be learning, as well with right now at least it's very good. I just keep on continuing the conversation so I can keep on practicing, right? I tried to use a it's something different. It's called Pingo AI. It's an app to use that you talk to AI to try to immerse yourself as well. But it's not as good in my opinion, because it kind of just stops the conversation after like 5 minutes, while UT Sage.
It's a voice conversation.
Yeah, it uses voice conversation.
Do you wish to have a voice features in the future?
100%. Especially with, I think it would help a lot with knowing kanji that I don't recognize on first sight.
Right.
But it's still a word that I know. For example, today I was using it, and I see like omoshiroi, right? And I'm like, what's that kanji in the first part of it, right? I have no idea. So so I have to ask it. While if it's talking, I can kind of read it at the same time and connect the dots myself.
Okay.
So I think I would enjoy it. I would definitely benefit from it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of UT Sage. Yeah.
Thank you. UT Sage team, they'll love to watch this. Okay, so if this was ChatGPT, number one, it's totally outside service, so it doesn't protect students' privacy. And then number two, howling. Oh yes. Okay. Sorry. Okay. And then number two, the conversation could go everywhere. But because of this already developed tutorial system, which is under university security system, we can customize our prompt and then set the level of learners so that we can provide the appropriate contents level. And also, because the student's conversation is locked in, as you saw, we could provide effective learning environment. And if they go off topic, the chatbot will re-navigate the conversation. This semester, I'm using UT Sage for my second semester Japanese and advanced reading class. But in the future, I'm thinking it could be used for business Japanese or conversation classes. For example, you can set a prompt in which the chatbot is a Japanese businessman so that the students can practice using respect forms or humble forms used in business settings. Or we can set a prompt of which the chatbot is, let's say, a virtual doctor, and so that the students can carry conversation in the medical settings. The options are unlimited. At this point, no one in the department, I believe, is using this virtual tool yet, and I'm very excited to show this wonderful educational tool and then promote UT Sage to my colleagues. As a side note, I could not make a conversational, voice conversational system. So I did not use single penny of the given budget. It only cost some elbow grease and countless hours of work and a little bit of my sanity. In the end, sweat equity paid off with the system that is available to all students for years to come, and a great foundation to building more advanced scenarios and the virtual language tutors in the future. Thank you very much. Any other questions?
I know we have some questions here, so I'm
Of course.
I'll start. Just a quick one. Did you also prompt the Sage for showing the translation in English, or is that something built in?
It's built in.
So we can't
So
take that away. Okay.
No. You can take it off.
Oh, okay.
I did it so that you will be able to understand today, but I can take it off. It's customizable totally.
Thank you. That was really a fascinating presentation. One question was about grading. How do the students get, how are you giving them credit? Is it just completion grade, or
Well,
what do you do?
because I did not want to rely on this shouldn't be my main course supply. And I'm using it as a supplemental totally. So anybody who wants to use this at this point, they may use. And some students are like immediately reject because I hate ChatGPT. I know I'm not supposed to use it, so they don't want to use it. But others are curious. And once they use it and they realize that this is not for grading purpose or my main tool to study with, and then they start loving it. So at this point, I'm not using it for any grading portion at all.
Then follow up on that. I think that's a great idea, perfect way to start
Just
it.
to give them an
Right.
opportunity
A
to
taste, and for you also
practice.
to get some feedback and to know whether it's working. Curiosity question, what percentage would you say, or how many students out of how many are using it? Just curious.
Honestly, not very many, unless I use it as a homework, or if it's a required work. For example, we've learned a poem in the class, and I've created this worksheet as a extra credit, and then use the Sage to look up the information of this author, and then what other poems that he created, those things. So I've had it like a topics and then questions to navigate their work, and then they did that. In that case, everyone participated. But if it's like the supplemental like these, and then 5, 6 out of 15 are using right now, and they're
Not bad.
busy. They're busy, but once they start using it, then they'll most likely come back and then do. Right, and then one student's asking me to create more prompt, and it's like, what about next chapter? And I'm so curious, and then I love that.
Yeah. So my question is also about grading. Is it integrated with Canvas? Like if it's a
I'm sure you
new
can set up-
activity, a graded item, I can choose a Sage session probably?
I'm sure
okay.
that's what the science professors are doing it. Like chemistry, I heard or engineering professors, they're using it and it's
That's
showing
great.
the formulas, and
Right.
then the students are using the Sage to do their work. But it might be hard to do so for language courses. How would you, grade? By what, the length of the usages, or the accuracy of
Maybe
the
just by
sentences?
completion.
Mm,
Yeah, because the AI will correct their mistakes. So
right.
yeah.
So I said it's under security UT regulations, but at this point, the individual activity has not been monitored. So in case kids say something stupid, it's still not been monitored, but it's under this UT system at least. So it's not like using third-party ChatGPT that we have no idea what's going on, but at least it's under the UT system, and it's partnered with AWS Azure, so the fee is all covered, which is great. It's free for us. And
yeah, let me ask about the monitoring. As the instructor can see what kind of conversation they did?
no,
No.
not at this point. No. So we can't monitor, as I said, their individual chat. But because the conversation is locked in, they can't, if they say something stupid like, pornography, bombing, whatever, they do those silly stuff, but then immediately you'll be re-navigated. It says, let's do not talk about that, and then focus on this chapter topic.
So how do you know that, which student you did use this one or something, just show the time or something?
There is a statistic report you can see, but not the individual work. Like how many students logged in, for how long, there is a data that you can see from our ends, but we can't monitor. And you probably don't want to monitor their individual conversation. That's a lot of tedious work,
Yeah, just I'm wondering, the one student talk about, their hobbies, kind of reading. Some student talk about, movie or something, and a different type of topic. I was wondering, maybe they can share the information, the different topics or something, but it's not.
So I've given this starter topics, and after that, that's their choice where they could go to. But that's an actual conversation with the native speakers. So it's up to them, but at least they will have to stay on this path, not going anywhere. So that's a great thing about this UT Sage.
I'm curious, in your conversations with the UT Sage team, does there seem to be a timeline for the voice conversation, and what are your visions for how that could work?
It's costly. That's the number one thing. And I hope Dr. Davis will hear us and then give us a budget. But voice functionality is a lot more than this text-to-text. So hopefully, I don't know the timeline exactly, but the more words spread and the more people are using it, the more people will ask, I'm sure they will start doing it for us. That's what I'm hoping for.
So I'm currently a student also in language classes. I think it's really great what you have with allowing students to get extra practice with conversation. So I think apart from Sage though, do you know or have you ever looked into any other resources where students could practice actually talking in conversation?
What? Voice?
Yeah.
Yes. This guy, he mentioned something about this voice chat, but because it's a third party, it's not partnered with UT at this moment. If it is, and then why not? That's where I want to go toward. I want to introduce the voice functionality to my student. That was my goal. But because it's outside, for the security reasons, and then cost, and then I ended up using Sage at this moment. But if it's all clear, and those issues like security and then money problems, and then why not? I would love to do that.
Awesome. And then also, I know you talked about how UT does fund this program, since it is a UT specific program that we have. So if other language teachers or language professors wanted to implement Sage in their class, would their students still have to pay anything else extra out of pocket, or would everything?
Not at all. No, I'm not even paying any for this. No, it's all totally free because the UT has a partnership with AWS or clouds, or so it's all taken care of by the department, the team.
Awesome.
So it's free for us. It's great.
And are you only able to use Sage if you're like in a class where your teacher like sets it up for you, or as like
No.
a student could you find out?
As I said, it's 24/7 available. It's there. So you have to log into Canvas at least, but you could do it at 2 a.m. if you feel like practicing Chinese or Japanese with AI. Yes, that's the great thing about this. And then he also mentioned that if it was a like Discord or talking with the real person but typing it, he said he feels like anxious and he feels like a little bit hesitate too. Like, what if I make mistakes and then this person may look at it and then laughs at? They never do. But he was worried. But because of this AI, he feels like, oh, he could make mistakes. He could say, like, using wrong grammar, but he doesn't get laughed at. And it's all less anxiety for him. And for learners who are maybe shy or more, I don't know, introvert, not like super, outgoing personality, it's perfect for them.
Thank you so much. That was a wonderful presentation, super interesting. One quick technical question. When you mentioned that you feed the chat box with materials like the books, right? Can you also feed with different types of media, like audios or videos, or it has to be only written text?
I think it has to be a text only at this point. I've asked if I could include the graphicals or pictures, but not at this point. So we won't be able to see the, like adding pictures or anything like that. But yeah, I think so.
Okay, thank you.
But then, putting the textbook information or the syllabus, your syllabus information, then you can put it in. So that way it will, narrow down the conversation AI prompt, and then customize the way that you want your students to use.
Another question is about the designing, the write up the prompts, because you showed us like a blank slate will be, you will see the draft, right? The draft one, the logo. Like if we go there, I don't have anything. So my question is, when you click on that, it's already like what you have, or I need to customize it a little bit, because this is supposed to be for all disciplines, right? You know what I'm talking about? The prompts, the format of the prompts, it looks like it's already tailored for this conversation. But is it a default setting or not?
The UT Sage, like these?
Yes.
You mean the starters?
Yeah, like those categories, because
categories are already set up. So like name, subtitle, topic overview, these are there.
So this is for anything?
Anything. Yes, anything.
Wow.
These are already there, so you customize it.
So it's just, so this kind of fits all, basically. Fits all
Right.
the tutorial tasks.
So for example, you design your class by saying like, this AI is a Chinese businessman, and the students will practice, carrying conversation in a business setting. Or like, you are a medical doctor who speaks Chinese, and then students are able to, practice.
Yeah,
business.
My question is, what if I do a math problem? So this fits all. This interface fits all.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. So I don't need to like change it and customize it. That's much better.
It's already there for you. But students won't see this. This is all for your end to customize.
One last question, if I could. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for this. Really, I think both engaging but also so informative presentation. But I do have a question because sadly, I can't read the Japanese. But following the English, in the student preview, I'm interested in, does the responses that are there given in Japanese match the proficiency level that the student's questions are asked. So if the student is, say, a novice high or an intermediate low, does the response remain at that level, or does it come out as a native speaker?
I see. So this reading ones, to me, the responses are a lot harder. But, in the upper division class, the students' level are widely ranged. Like the ones that's super good, like almost native level, as this one shouldn't be in this class, but somehow it got in here. So it's hard. So this is to those who are like a bottom half, probably hard.
Right.
But they can, if they're willing to understand, they can respond by saying like, what does this mean?
Right.
Or will you say it and not using kanji characters, for example, so that at least they can, keep going by using Japanese and ask more and learn on their own.
Can I respond to that? Please. No, but I think also it's hard because of the special instructions. You've asked it to be a native speaker.
Right.
And so I guess to answer your question, if you say match the student's level, it might be able to do that.
True. Well, because this is supposed to be like a discussion after studying the chapter, I wanted the AI to be like beyond their level to pull their, conversational knowledge. This is more like a cultural topic that's given. But the other one, Japanese too, is designed for more conversation-focused AI. So the AI responses are just about right or a little bit above so that they can practice their Japanese.
Kaori, we can't thank you enough for
Thank
this.
you very
Wonderful.
much
There's so
for
much to
having
think about.
me. Thank you.
Thank you. And so everyone, thank you as well for joining us. I know it's always hard to find a time that people can make. We really struggle trying to get a good time for these Language Matters presentations. We're going to continue the AI conversations in the spring semester. And we're going to try, we will once again poll faculty, and we'll look at course schedule online and try to find a good time, and everyone will be informed of the time of next semester's Language Matters. So join us again back in January, February, March for the next round.
I vote for
Lunchtime. We're going to lunchtime.
Because
We all like the
3 o'clock or 2 o'clock.
that's the
I have classes.
right. That's what I've noticed too. We've kind of been set on Wednesday. We like that kind of as a good middle day. Yeah. Well, thank you all so much, and Kaori, thank you so much.